If you've decided to remove spray foam insulation because you're concerned over problems with condensation damage, or you've encountered problems selling or obtaining finance because of it, then this video is for you. I'm Paul Badham, Associate Director at Harrison Clark Chartered Surveyors, and I'm going to be looking at some of the considerations that you'll need to be aware of and the problems that I've encountered as a surveyor looking at removal works. If you're not sure what spray foam insulation is or why it can be a problem, be sure to check out our other videos. Open cell insulation is much easier to remove than closed cell insulation. It's less strongly adhered to the roof timbers and any underfelt. It's less time consuming for a roof of the same size. It can be easily removed by hand and by scrapers. Closed cell insulation, however, may require different methods such as dry ice blasting or abrasive methods to remove it from the timbers, and there are specialists who operate in this field. The process of removal does create a lot of waste, and there is a lot of debris, so the contractor should ensure that suitable protection is provided to clear away all waste. It is important to ensure that all insulation is removed from the timbers and at the eaves to ensure that any ventilation paths are clear. The removal of insulation must be done carefully, and this takes time. Removing it from the timbers should not cause them any damage. Modern underfelts should be easy to remove insulation from, however, older bitumen felts can become brittle with age and special care will be needed to avoid puncturing them. For older properties with bitumen paper underlays, these are often so fragile that they cannot be saved. In those cases, spraying insulation onto them was rarely appropriate in the first place. Small areas of damage to the felt can sometimes be patch repaired, although where larger sections are damaged, the proper method of repair is to remove the tiles and piece in new sections of felt. In the worst cases, this can mean stripping and relaying the whole of the roof covering. Where insulation has been applied directly to the tiles or the slates, this is more complex and it can sometimes be more economical or sometimes even necessary to remove the covering. There are of course many specialist insulation contractors and general roofing contractors who can undertake removal works. However, we'd be very wary of anyone who cold calls offering to survey the insulation and quotes for its removal. Unfortunately, I've come across several very poor removal jobs. In some of those cases, the contractor has quoted for and installed a lining, either an underlay felt or other membrane below the rafters following removal. In the majority of these cases, the linings serve no practical purpose other than to disguise damage the removal contractor had caused, or unfortunately to describe areas where in fact they hadn't even removed any insulation at all. In some cases, the debris wasn't fully removed and just hidden under new ceiling level insulation. In one case, the contractor quoted to remove the closed cell insulation and install new open cell insulation, when in fact they just sprayed new insulation over the top and didn't remove any of it. Several cases have been quoted for and had a preservative treatment applied to the timbers. The nature of the product couldn't be determined, however in some cases it appeared to be an exterior fence treatment. In a roof space this serves no practical purpose, and if the timbers are decayed then the cause of damage needs to be addressed, either the water ingress remedied or treated for wood-boring insects. First piece of advice I would give is that you shouldn't be rushed into any agreement for removal. Some removal companies have been known to pressure clients by scaring them with their survey findings. These surveyors may be commission-based salesmen with no professional surveying qualifications. Unfortunately, I've seen similar tactics used to sell positive pressure ventilation systems for loft spaces where spray foam insulation had been installed, and these were completely inappropriate and served no practical purpose whatsoever. Secondly, we'd always recommend you seek other quotes or recommendations for contractors, and if you're worried about the need for removal, then seek a second opinion from a qualified person. Be wary if the removal contractor can attend in a very short space of time. Careful removal work takes time and the contractor needs to allow for this. If you are unable to get into the loft to inspect the work after completion, ask someone who can, or get a qualified person to inspect it. Paying by credit card may also provide extra protection under the Consumer Credit Act. If you need help or advice on spray foam insulation, our team of experienced surveyors are here to help. Please feel free to call us on 02381 550 051 and we look forward to helping you.